So today I just want to talk about some palettes. I've seen this tag going around where people are talking about like their favorite winter palettes. Now I don't really operate seasonally when it comes to my makeup. It's more about how I'm feeling that day or in that moment, what look I choose to create. And it also tends to revolve around the outfit that I've already put together, coordinating colors into that ensemble. So, I put together a few stacks of palettes based on just generally the way they make me feel. Some of them you may disagree with or think, oh, like that should be in a different category. But it's all about, just generally how I react to the color scheme and, kind of the emotions that I get from it. So with that being said, let's talk favorite mood-based palettes, or well, maybe not favorites. This is probably 75% of what I own is on this table right now. There's probably 15, 16, I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a huge collection, and I tend to prefer like the mini palettes. But that said, favorite palettes for certain moods, let's word it that way. So the first stack that I have, I would call kind of my relaxing mellow stack. And the first one I'm going to pick up is this little one from Lorac. So here's the inside of it. I will hold these up. And there's the inside. I picked this one because it seems just very, like, it's got some deep colors in it, but it seems really mellow, friendly. And I love these little tiny palettes. I mean, they're so convenient. I think this is the, I forget, is this the, I can't read tiny print. It's either Frosted Sequoia or Mystic Oak. But yeah, this is that one. And it, like I said, it's just, it seems very like soft. The next one I put in this stack is the Urban Decay Naked Mini in Sin. Let me get this open so you can look at the inside of it. And again, this one, I like the pink gold kind of color scheme. It's to me, this is the color scheme that, the ones in this stack are very much the color schemes that I will use if I'm, maybe I'm feeling okay, but not especially like high energy or not especially like, there's days when you feel more powerful, more yourself, stronger. And this isn't that kind of day. This is I feel okay. I want to feel pretty, but I'm not especially, going out with any real intense feelings, positive or negative. In fact, it might even be more of a, like, I need to feel a little bit better about myself kind of scheme. There's two more in this one. Natasha Denona Mini Gold. And again, like, it has this dark green in it, but it's very warm. So yeah, there's a lot of warmth in this stack. I would not necessarily see this as any particular season. I know some people like the soft, warm stuff for more summer. That's not me. That's not when when I want warmth, I kind of, it's more like winter. When I want something that's very comforting. So I forget the name of this one, but here's again, this kind of softer scheme, lighter colors. There's the front of it. There's the back. So that's another Natasha Denona Mini. Hold it up one more time so that, make sure you guys can read the label. But yeah, I like these like gentle colors, but I still want some depth, some darkness, because that's just me. The next palette stack I'm gonna pull is the ethereal stack. Well, what I would consider very ethereal colors. In this color scheme, it is kind of wintry in that, like, I love like the soft silvery grays with a touch of black or dark brown. Just to feel very like, think of that first snow in the winter and like classical music and like hot chocolate, that kind of energy. So this is very ethereal. It's very soft. And I'm going to start off with this guy. This is the Lime Crime Venus Immortal. Very soft shades with just a little bit of darkness in there. I think I'm gonna pull this one out for maybe my solstice party next week if I end up having one. The next one I'm gonna use, this is also kind of the same thing. It's the Mini Xenon by Natasha Denona. Here's that. And there's the back on that one. So again, it's just like these grays. A lot of times one of my favorite things to do is take a gray scheme look and then pop just a little champagne or gold in it. Just like that contrast. It's almost a paradox color-wise. This one is the Essence Taupe It Up. And this is, again, very, very soft. It doesn't have any real darkness to it. But there's a little bit of, like, violet in there. A little bit of purpley. And I think this is really good for that kind of chill, ethereal look. And then one of my little Tarte babies. Now this one gets into, like, we're going from ethereal to almost, like, for me, icy, because these plums. Plum is, for me, very, like, cool bluish plum is very, like, icy to me. So I really like that for those. And then, I guess I showed you all those. So yeah, that's the ethereal stack. The next stack I've got going is kind of bronzy, earthy. And if I had to pick one for like spring-ish, this would be it. I guess the mellow or like the earlier one that was very like soft and warm, it's kind of my fall into winter, and ethereal would be winter into spring if I were seasonal. I do pull all of these all year long. But yeah, let's get into this. So this is a Pat McGrath, and I think this is the Sublime Smoke. This I theoretically could have put it over in the like warm, mellow kind of pile. I haven't had a chance to use this one too much yet. And the thing is, like, I have a decent collection of small palettes. I don't get as much chance or as many chances to wear my makeup as I would like, which is why I think I'm gonna start doing like a couple of series like Makeup Magic Mondays, which I was actually gonna start yesterday, but I had a huge headache. So yeah, I'm gonna try to like manufacture more opportunities because like I have a big collection. They do get worn, but it's very sporadic, and I move between a lot of them. So they generally don't show a whole lot of signs of use too fast. But to me, palettes are often like pieces of art in themselves. So it's like, I'm okay with them being preserved. The next I have in this one is another Lorac. And this one, again is very like, it's got some softness to it and like a little earthiness going on. This is the other one I mentioned. The names are like hard to associate with their color schemes, and it's tiny writing, and but yeah, it's either Mystic Oak or Frosted Sequoia. But yeah, that's the inside of that one. Very, very cute. I need to pull these out more. I love them, but I need to pull them out more. This one has 5 in it. So then another Essence. I'm showing you the back so you can also see like the shade names. It's the Dancing Green. Come on, come open. So yeah, it's this like green scheme, very soft, kind of on the warm side, I feel. So this is definitely spring or fall. This could really work for. Now I have played with this recently and I absolutely loved it. It is the new Anastasia Sultry Mini. So there's that. There's the Sultry Mini. I like that there's some grayness to some of these shades, but there's also this like yellow and bronze going on. This is definitely something that feels very early spring to me, or fall. So yeah, this one I just played with recently, and I actually, even though it had some fallout, it wasn't bad. And then last but not least is one of these new MAC Connect in Color. And there's the back of this one. This is the Bronze Influence. So there's that. And this one especially is very intriguing, and I need to play with it more. I really, really like the improved, like the 9 pans had this just clear, cheap packaging, but this is actually quite nice, even though it's only like, it's only 6. So there's that one. I think that like this pile has me thinking about reorganizing my stash according to moods. I have 2 shadow palette baskets, and I had them organized according to whether or not it was a favorite, and I'm seriously thinking about like going and sitting down and redoing it according to mood, or like, do I see these as vibrant, deep, bold spring, summer, or do I see them as comforting, mellow, warming kind of shades for the winter? So the last stack is what I find very empowering shades. And the first one is another little Pat McGrath. There's that. I believe this is the Midnight Voyager one. So I use a, since I can't read tiny print, I use an app that can read my palette labels for me, but sometimes it doesn't like these glossy surfaces and fancy fonts. So like sometimes I have a problem with that. But yeah, this is the, did I show you the inside thoroughly? This is Sublime Smoke, nice and deep. Got a little attitude going on. This stack is what I love in the summer. This one you might say is more of the winter scheme, or even like the warming kind of scheme, but I don't really care. The punchy colors are what I love. So like this does have some grays in it, but as I said, I'm not seasonal with my colors. So I do like this one in the summer, especially, or when I want to feel like real punchy and in your face. And this is the Kaleidos quad. It's one of their quads. Blanked on the name. Yes, I try to memorize all this stuff. This one I had to go through some serious hoops, jump through some serious hoops to get it. This is the Huda Beauty Jaguar. I went crazy trying to get this puppy. It is so gorgeous, and it's got so much attitude, and it's like fiery, but it's also got some cool to it. It's like, it's everything for me, and I love big cats, so like, it just speaks to me. And there's the back on that one. And last but not least, we have another MAC Connect in Color, and this is the Kryptonite palette, Encrypted Kryptonite. So like the scheme seems loosely based on like influencers. And yeah, the packaging is gorgeous. I have used this one. This was a lot of fun. So if you've seen something in this you would love to see me do a look with on Makeup Magic Mondays, you should let me know, because I could totally do that. What that's going to be is kind of spiritual chat combined with me playing around with makeup and getting some use out of it. Maybe a little glamour magic talk, maybe a little bit of like reviews of items, just kind of aside. But yeah, you should totally subscribe if you enjoyed this, getting to see a bit of my collection, and I hope to see you soon.